Namaste YouTube Coven, welcome back to the mat and welcome to day 5 of our 12 days of Witchmas journey. In today's practice, my loves, we are going to find some grounding. We're going to connect with our Muladhara chakra and we are going to work through a beautiful practice to release and restore the lower body. So during these kind of darker, wintry months, we aren't going out as much, we're not moving as much, which is natural. These are the resting and hibernation months, but sometimes we can start to really find a sense of stiffness or kind of lack of mobility going on into the lower body, and often we store all our emotions and all our anxiety down in this area. So to ensure that we stay anchored and rooted and grounding during these winter months, we're going to work through a really beautiful lower body release designed to activate and awaken the Muladhara chakra. It's going to be so peaceful, so gorgeous, and I really hope you enjoy it. So for day 5, I invite you to find a block, or if you can work with a bolster or a pillow, anything to support you in a little bit. And then from here, we're going to come to meet lying all the way flat to the mat, reaching the arms up and overhead, taking a beautiful deep breath in, and then breath out. We're going to bend into the knees, bringing the feet flat, and keeping that block lying flat down, or that pillow, you're going to slide it underneath the hips. So we're going to come into a supported bridge. Knees touch, we walk the feet a little bit wider, and we're going to relax the arms by our side, palms flip to the sky. Taking a beautiful deep breath through the nose. And a slow breath out. Starting to tune out from the outside world, come into the inner one. I invite you to focus in on your breath, your inhales and your exhales. Start to find balance between the two. And then when it feels like the breath has fallen into a natural soft rhythm, start to bring your awareness into the lower body. With that block supporting the hips, maybe you become aware of any tightness you're holding into the hip joint. Maybe you feel any stiffness into the lower spine or any kind of achiness into the legs. Or on the other side, maybe you feel pretty good. You feel pretty relaxed today. That is all perfect. It doesn't matter how you find yourself to the mat. Recognize the fact that you came here, you took 20 minutes out of the day to take care of mind, of body, of soul. So in today's practice, I invite you to completely let go in your poses. So finding really a state of relaxation. So we're not going to tense the muscles. We're going to invite them to completely switch off and allow the stretch to do the work. So from our supported bridge, we're going to move into a mini back bend that is going to start to release the hips. So we're going to start to walk the legs forwards, relaxing the feet, and let that block or the pillow or the bolster lift the hips here. The arms are going to stay by your side. So the focus really is into the lower body. Becoming aware of any sensations that are going on here, not with judgment, simply with kindness, with compassion. Giving ourselves 10 more breaths in our hip releasing back bend. Before all together we take a deep breath in through the nose and a slow breath out. Transitioning our way into a waterfall pose, we're going to start to bend into the knees, bringing the feet flat. And then from here, you're going to lift one foot to the sky, lift another. Remember, if the block feels a little bit too intense, you can take this pose without anything underneath. But the legs don't have to be straight and still. They can have a bend, they can sway, you might even cross the ankles. All I invite you to do here is to shut the eyes and just let the legs hang. So this is one of my favorite poses in all of restorative and yin yoga. But the trick is to stay when it gets a little bit uncomfortable. So you might start to feel the blood trickling away from the toes, sending it all the way back down to the pelvis. And you might start to feel almost like a pulsing in the muscles. This is a really gorgeous practice to reset that lower body. So when we come to stand later on, fresh blood rushes back to the toes and we really rejuvenate the muscles. So I invite you to stay here for 10, no. So I invite you to stay here for 10 more breaths. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and a slow breath out. Very gently from here, we're going to begin to bend into the knees and we're going to bring the feet flat. Inhale to lift the hips up by maybe a centimetre as you move the block aside, and all you're going to do is find a little windscreen wiper motion from side to side, easing out those hip flexors. Coming in to a couple of final supine, so lying down stretches. And we're going to bring the knees back into the center. You're going to take the outside of the left ankle just below the right knee. So we're going to come into our figure of four. You have the option to stay here, or you have the option to thread the hands through, take hold of the thigh, or even take hold of the shin, depending on the space you have to play with. So roll shoulder blades away from the ears, flatten the spine against the mat. And start to breathe into the space of that left glute. Maybe it's the first time you've found stillness during the festive season, and it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. Give yourself permission to let go. 10 more breaths. Taking a deep breath in, loves. On your breath out, we gently relax that right foot down, moving into an open twist. Allow the knees to fall all the way over to the left-hand side, arms by your side, gaze towards the sky. Inhale, we move through center. The left leg stays wrapped around the right as you move to a twisted roots pose. Again, gaze stays towards the sky. Maybe the right hand presses those knees down, so you're rooting the shoulders down, drawing the knees to the mat, releasing the lower spine. Inhale, we guide the legs back into the center, untangle, and then find figure of four with the right leg. So outside the right ankle, just below the left knee. Flex into that foot and push that knee to the side. Option stay here, option to take hold of the thigh or even take hold of the shin. Remembering one variation is not greater than the other, completely depends on what your body is needing. But flatten the spine against the earth, tuck the chin in so you're creating length and aligning those chakras. That root chakra, Muladhara, is pressing against the mat. 10 breaths. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. On your breath out, relax that left foot down. Allow the knees to fall over to the right hand side. Open twist, arms by your side. Inhale, draw the knees through center. Right leg stays wrapped around the left as you allow the knees to fall to the left hand side. Keep the gaze high. Keep the gaze to the sky. Sounds like I'm high. Inhale, bring the legs into the center, untangle here, and we're going to extend the legs to the sky, crossing those ankles. Massaging up the spine, really connecting with that Muladhara chakra. We're going to start to rock forwards and back, rocking forwards and back, before building enough momentum to rock onto the sit bones. And from here, you're going to extend the legs, making sure you're sat on the sit bones. So we're going to start to slide those legs as far away from one another as we can. Bend the right leg so that foot comes into the left thigh. From here, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Breath out, left hand slides down left leg as you pull the right arm up and overhead, coming in to a really gorgeous side body stretch. Making sure that elbow's not falling in front of the face. If you find any tightness into the shoulders, you can bring the hand to the hip as you start to sink the body down. On your inhale, we're going to roll the body up. This time, I'm going to send the right hand behind us, pull the left toes down, lift up into a mini back bend. So you're really pressing through the hips. Holding for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Sit bones down. Pivot the chest to frame the left leg. Take a deep breath in, breath out. Walk the hands forward and find a little bit of a hamstring stretch. You can bend into the knee here as you walk the hands forward, but pull the belly button back in, up the ribs, and find your space. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, roll the body up. We extend the right leg. Bend into the left once again, ensuring we're sat on the sit bones. Side stretch. Inhale, length. Exhale, slide right arm down the right leg and pull the left arm up and over. If you feel tightness into the shoulder, hand can come to the hip. Taking a deep breath in. Breath out, left arm floats behind us, pull the right toes down. Meet me in a mini back bend, really pressing the hip bones forward. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the sit bones to the mat. We come to bring hands to frame that right leg. Inhale for length, exhale, forward fold. Remember, you can bend into that knee ever so slightly as you relax the head down. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, roll the body up. From here, we lean back, bend into the legs and take some windscreen wiper movement from left to right. Before we lean back, cross the ankles and come into a comfortable seated position, shoulder blades away from the ears. Closing the eyes. So there's a beautiful long line of energy from the base of the spine where that Muladhara chakra is to the top of the neck, the crown of the head where the crown chakra lies. Shoulders roll away from the ears. And from here, we're going to bring one hand to the heart, bring the other to the earth beneath you. So just a short, soulful, stretchy little practice to release any tension we're holding in to the lower spine, lower body. To release any tension we're holding in to the lower body. Feeling the breath flow freely all the way to the base of the belly, feeling that belly rise and fall, anchoring you a little bit more into the present moment. And before we end day 5 of our 12 days of Witchmas, give yourself that important moment of acknowledgement to you, to the courage for coming to the mat, to the strength of your mind for guiding you here, and for taking 20 minutes out of your day to take care of mind, of body, of soul. Closing this beautiful practice with a deep breath in through the nose. And a slow breath out. Bring the hands to prayer, thumbs between the eyebrows as we bow low. Sending our love, our gratitude, our blessings, not only to ourselves, but to those who joined us in this online community. And from me to you, thanking you for meeting me here today and for allowing me to guide you through day 5 of our 12 days of Witchmas journey. I really hope you enjoyed today's simple but soulful, stretchy little lower body release. This is the ideal practice to add into your morning or your evening routine during the festive season or any time of the year, as it really does allow you to kind of reset the mind, reset the lower body, and find some grounding, especially if times are a little bit chaotic. But if you enjoyed today's practice, as always, I would so appreciate any kind of support for my channel by maybe liking this video or even subscribing. And as I keep saying, if you are looking to explore your journey with witchcraft, with yoga, with your mental health a little bit more, then I invite you to follow the link in the description box below to my Magic Through Movement memberships. Here we flow for up to 5 hours a month on focusing on different themes, on different flows, on different peak poses, but as always, focusing on our journey, both on the mat and beyond. So you can find out more about the Magic Through Movement memberships by clicking the link below. But it was an honour to flow with you today, and I look forward to meeting you back here tomorrow for another wonderful practice. Blessed be, Coven.